Dialogue is a key part of what makes us human. At its core is the word, not just any word, but one that holds both action and reflection. A word that helps people think and act together to transform their world. If we speak without thinking or act without reflecting, the word loses its power. It becomes either empty talk or action without purpose. True dialogue happens when people speak with the aim of making the world better and more human. It is not something one person can do alone or for another. It must happen together with each person having a chance to speak, reflect, and act. People must be allowed to speak their own words and name their world. If they are denied this right, they are denied their humanity. Dialogue always allowed to become more fully human because it lets them participate in changing the world. But dialogue only works if it is filled with love, humility, trust, and hope. Love means being committed to others and their liberation. Humility means understanding that no one has all the answers. Trust is built when people see the others' actions match their works, and hope keeps the dialogue alive even in hard times because it looks forward toward a better future. Dialogue also depends on critical thinking. People must see the world not as something fixed, but as something that changes and can be changed. Critical thinking allows people to understand that the present is not the only possibility. Things can be different and people have the power to change them. This kind of thinking does not happen in isolation. It happens in communication, in dialogue with others, where people reflect on their lives and the world around them. Education should help people think this way, but too often education treats people like objects to be filled with facts, not like subjects who can learn, think, and act. This is called the banking model of education. In this model, the teacher deposits knowledge and the students store it. They are not encouraged to question or explore. The problem posing model of education, on the other hand, starts from people's real lives. It encourages dialogue and helps people reflect critically on their world so they can act to change it. True education must be based on the lives and experiences of the learners. It should help them understand their own situation and see it as something they can change. This is why thematic investigation is important. It means finding out what really matters to people, what themes or issues lives. These themes are discovered not through lectures or tests but through dialogue. Educators work with people to uncover these themes, then build the education program around them. These themes are not isolated, they are connected to each other and reflect the larger reality. Some themes are specific to certain place or group, others are shared across countries or even the whole world. For example, in many parts of the world, domination is a major theme. People are limited by others. Its opposite, liberation, is also a theme. The goal of education should be to help people move from being dominated to becoming free. This kind of education begins with listening. Educators must go into communities not to impose their ideas but to learn from the people. They must ask questions and observe how people live, talk, and think. They gather information and look for patterns. Then they return to the community with what they have learned and use it to start discussions. These discussions help people reflect more deeply on their lives and begin to see how their situations could change. The process also includes decoding, where people analyze pictures or stories about their own lives. Through discussion, they move from seeing their problems as individual or fixed to understand them as part of a larger system that can be changed. This shift helps people move from feeling helpless to feeling hopeful and ready to act. The goal is not just to understand the world but to change it. People must recognize their own power. They must stop seeing themselves as victims and start seeing themselves as subjects of their own history. This does not mean education tells people what to do. It means it gives them the tools to figure out on what they want and how to get there. The method is deeply democratic. Everyone involved in the process, educators, learners alike, learns from each other. Themes and lessons come from the people, not from the top down. Educators help organize these themes, but they do not decide them alone. Even topics that did not come directly from the people are not included if they help connect different ideas or experiences. These are called hinged themes and help expand the conversation. In practice, this kind of education may include discussions, photos, stories, tapped interviews, and more. These materials are used to start dialogue, not to give final answers. People talk about what they see, what they feel, and what they think. They reflect on their past understanding and develop new perspectives. They begin to recognize patterns and causes. They start to see the possibilities for change and feel empowered to take action. The whole process is one of becoming more human. It is rooted in the belief that all people have the ability to think, speak, and act. It is not about making people adapt to the world, but about helping them transform it. In this way, education becomes not just about learning facts, but about learning to live more fully, more freely, and more consciously. It helps people see that they are part of history, not outside of it, and they have the power to shape the future.